So maintain stock grants is nothing but where you can see Workday delivers the kind of long-term cash options and stock grant categories, which in every organization will be following. And the long-term cash grant category is used as an alternative for long-term incentive. Mostly every organization will be having this kind of long-term incentive kind of stock option outside of equity. And stock options give employees the right to buy a number of shares at a price fixed and a grant for a defined number of years into the future. So options can be, there is another stock option called, we call it as an options performance and options. There are two kind of stocks. So options can be given to any employee under whatever rules that the company creates, with limited expectations in various countries. And there is one more stock option called restricted stock. Restricted stock and restricted stock units give they provide to employees where they have right to acquire or receive shares by gift or purchases once certain restrictions are met. So when restricted stocks, the employer wanted to allocate to employee some kind of restrictions, based on number of years, based on number of working hours, and based on the job grade, job position. So kind of restrictions, compensation team policy would be defining, and as per that, this restricted stock will be assigned to employee. So these are kind of stock grants, which where you'll be configuring all those items here. So you'll be actually creating a stock grant type, and we'll be actually configuring whatever you need to call it into your, whenever you're creating a plan, you'll be calling a kind of stock plan. So we'll just create one as a restricted one. Restricted. This is a free text actually, because every employer will be having their own stock plans. So now, so whatever you're seeing are where that has been used by Workday in system. Since we have created now, this is not being used anywhere. Now, once we have a stock grant ready, we'll create a stock plan now. The same task we have with the name called create stock plan, like how we used to have create alliance plan, create merit plan, create stock plan. Any of the plan, like we have if kind of based on target amount, you wanted to have a plan, you can. And if it is a part of percentage in your compensation based pay, you can select. And with unit based plan, we'll select unit based. Let's select unit based, since we have created amount and percentage in our earlier plans when we created. Now let's create a unit based. We'll see what are all the options that will be available for a unit based plan. Eligibility rule, comp eligibility rule we've created. Comp eligibility rules which I've created the other day, which is configured with the organization. One of the organizations have taken the same kind of eligibility rule with the for the same organization. Okay. So we have eligibility rule configured, and if you wanted to allow any kind of target overrides whenever employee new hires and all happen, if you wanted to have a target override to be continued, you will be selecting this one. And company matrix, compensation matrix also we have created. Compensation matrix is nothing but a kind of where you'll be specifying the performance factors and all, right? We have created the other day before yesterday, I think we have created compensation matrix. Target shares 200. Grant type, we have created one grant type, right? I'll take that one. Restricted stock, I'll take this one. And vesting schedule, 5 years from that will be 5 years from grant date. Percentage 100 kind of thing we'll be configuring, so that so what this means is grant type is nothing but a kind of restricted stock which will be allowed based on restrictions, and vesting schedule will be 4 years for monthly, and from when you're being granted with the stock plan, from that particular date to 5 years, you should be able to see your current stock plan may get expired, which you can actually redeem your shares before that share discloses. Yeah, so now we have a stock plan created. Now we'll try to roll out this stock plan to organization. Stock plan Workday HRIS is a kind of thing. Rollout. So rollout compensation plan is a task which is used for all plans, compensation plans, be it stock, merit, salary, anything. Reason, it could be plan assignment every time, because you will be actually mostly working on plans, right? So you can take plan assignment and compensation plan. You can select the stock we have created. Stock, what is this name that we have got? Stock plan. Comp eligibility, eligibility. Now we'll see the stock plan that we have actually created will be rolled out to the organization and will be assigned to employee. So once we initiate the rollout process, in order to view that, again there is a task called view rollout. What is the name that we have given? Workday HRIS stock rollout. So employee not receiving 0. So we have members here now. Why this is not assigned? Let me see. Stock plan. We'll take another organization. So we have taken effective date as sometime in 2017. In 2017, that organization was not there. That's the reason why it is not assigned. So now I change the effective date now. So because we have created this organization very recently. Hmm. Here you can see stock plan has assigned to Anthony Robert and one of the member from the same organization, and the other two members, because of the pending compensation plan process, stock has not been assigned to them. That should be only the reason. Whenever you are assigning any kind of stock plan to employees, if there is any existing compensation process that is in process, even if you roll out the process, that will be not assigned to employee, because the other compensation process is still in progress for to that employee. Compensation change, so pending business process compensation change is actually in progress for these employees, and that's the reason why the stock that we are assigning, is not assigned to these team members.
Yeah, it does make sense. However, like there's no way like I can assign two plans, right? For example, I'm
No.
going to my year-end and talent performance, right? So we
Hmm.
assign one, the current plan say expires on July 31st, right? And
Okay.
the second plan will kick off on 1st of August. Can you not do
Okay.
that?
Mm, you mean to say when we have at the year-end process for two compensation plans, you wanted to assign to employees? That's the
Yeah,
thing,
no,
as
what
per
I'm
you.
asking, a comp plan, can it has an expiration date tied to it or not?
We have an expiration date. So we have end date. Actually, we have not configured end date, but generally we have an end date also for compensation
Yeah.
plan. Whenever we create, we'll be having end date also.
Okay, so with that logic, an employee can have two comp plan tagged, right? You can
Yes,
have
we can have.
a plan A, which is valid for 2 months, and then plan
Hmm.
B, which starts after 2 months.
Yes, yes, that can be done. Yeah,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
can be great. So whenever you create a kind of stock plan, there's another called stock participation rate table. Okay, so stock.
Mm.
So stock, the participation rate table provides you the ability to grant stock to a large population of workers and controls how much each employee contributes to the pool. So if an employee is eligible for multiple percentage rates, the first one will be the first one will be used, and the stock participation, that you have here, which you'll be specifying in rate table, is used to calculate the stock pool instead of the target actually. So that's what the main purpose of a stock participation rate table, and we have a report called a stock participation rate table audit that populates the employees and the assigned participation rate actually. So if we see here, let's see any of the existing one before we create new one, so that we'll get to know. This was actually the all plans. I'll select all plans just to see what are all the options that are available. Hmm, 21012016. I'll give 016. You can see here, you'll get to know the participation rate and the percentage of each of the management level. Since we have not selected any specific supervisor organization, we got all the employees of organization, and you can see the participation rate for each of the employee. And during all the review process that we had, and you can see 80%, 100%, where you've seen a few employees got 100% participation rate. And it's completely depend upon the review process. If you're actually assigning any kind of stocks, and employees are getting that kind of stocks, and that will be calculated when you're actually making up of participation rate kind of configuration, which will return their participation percentage when you're actually creating that table, participation rate table. So this is actually, the main purpose why we create a stock participation table is to it allows you to which provides you a kind of ability to grant stock to a large population of workers, and it will also give you a kind of controlling capability, how much each employee contributes to the pool, kind of controlling aspect. You'll be also having that. That is about participation rate table, which you'll typically create whenever you have a kind of requirement of that aspect. And so once you roll out the process, you'll obviously see whether it has got assigned to employee or not, by getting into employee process, and you'll be seeing um, whether it has been assigned to or not. And also once that is assigned, that you'll be seeing in participation table, that the data will be returned in participation table. Okay, so now tell me which options are a type of stock plan. One is amount, the other one is percentage, the other one is unit, the other one is matrix. Let me write here. So we have created a stock plan, right? So what kind of options are available in a stock plan while you're creating? One is amount based, the other one is percentage based, the other one is unit based, the other one is matrix. So what are the options that are available for you to create stock plan? So we can also create stock plan through unit based also, um, which we just created now. So we've created a stock plan through unit based kind of um, stock we've created just now when we created.
Mm-hmm.
So we can create through amount, percentage, and also through unit based. Okay. So have you heard anything called a deferred bonus kind of concept?
I've heard deferred comp, not bonus.
You've heard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
we'll
I'm saying
also,
not bonus, but deferred comp.
oh, so we have a deferred bonus also generally. So deferred bonus process allows you a kind of a proration of the employee's income to be deferred and paid out later date, either in cash or equity. So when you opt for this kind of deferred bonus, the bonus plan and stock plan work in hand to hand in calculating the bonus and then determining what amount should be deferred into long-term incentive, cash or equity kind of things, that you'll be defining when you're actually opting for a deferred bonus. So which is a combination of a bonus plan, and also stock also will be included here. And once you opt it here, it will be calculating the bonus and then the determining what amount should be actually assigned or deferred into long-term cash or equity that will be actually entitled to be getting for. So, so we have a kind of deferred bonus compensation. Not sure whether you're aware of this or just a deferred, kind of compensation we have, which includes with the bonus plan. So deferred compensation is a kind of arrangement which a proration of employees' income is paid out of in later point of time after which the income was actually earned. So workday deferred bonus compensation is a long-term incentive that defers part of employees bonus award into the long-term cash or equity that employee will be getting. So basically the deferred bonus, what I was talking about, is only available with the shared participation of compensation review process. So you will never have a kind of never get an opportunity to determine the population to that makes you eligible for the deferred bonus. So by default, you'll be getting uh, you're eligible for deferred bonus when you actually offer that kind of deferred kind of plan, compensation plan that we'll be having. And finally, you'll be creating a kind of a calculation that will allow you to determine the deferred amount and the stock plan which is used to issue the deferred bonus compensation grants, actually, which you'll be typically creating as part of a deferred bonus compensation process. For this, you'll be having a separate stock plan that you'll need to create other than what we have created. But the only difference is you'll be actually giving a kind of percentage when you're actually creating uh, your deferred bonus. So that is the only difference between your stock plan and this thing. Let me create one sample this thing deferred bonus so that you'll be actually covered with complete thing of it. So we have a task called the create stock plan. In the task only, we'll be actually specifying kind of eligibility rules and all similar to stock plan only, but only thing is a few attributes will be different when you're actually uh, configuring it to any of eligibility rule and all. Create stock plan. Deferred stock. Eligibility rule, will leave it as blank. Target percentage is 100 and current type will take the same what we have created. Restricted. So once we have create all the attributes, we'll be actually we'll be actually creating calculation task here. Once you have your deferred bonus, you'll be actually performing a kind of calculation here. So in order to perform that calculation, you need to have that particular calculation to be created. So now we have created one deferred stock plan. Now we'll be creating the calculation task here. So there is a task called create deferred bonus calculation Workday receive deferred payment. Mm, progressive. So we'll be selecting a kind of progression calculation. I'll just give example 8 and deferred percentage did not give anything. We'll define multiple ranges here, and when we are assigning the process, we'll get to know range 2. Oh, sorry. 50,000, 50 percentage. We'll create one more. We'll create at least 5.
Yeah, I think I get the logic. You can just create maybe one or two
Yeah.
range.
So once you have this ranges created, you'll be actually creating one more. You'll be actually making the calculation part now. So once you have this progression calculation ready, and there's a task called, which is actually continuous flow here, and create deferred bonus calculation, I believe. Create deferred bonus calculation. So since there are multiple tasks, it would be a kind of tedious activity to remember for you also. But yeah, this is actually flow which we'll be following whenever you are actually wanted to configure any kind of deferred process to we need to actually create the calculation task, and then create an amount based amount bonus plan, and then you'll be actually rolling out this entire task to uh, to intended organization and all, as how we have done for specific organization, right? Similarly you'll be doing for specific organization. Once you define all the I'll just create one simple calculation part, and we'll create one amount plan, and then we'll roll out this plan and see how it will actually work. Poverty, deferred payment. Since we already created, I don't want to again create we'll just directly go for amount plan, or we can initiate this one, create an amount. Create bonus plan, where we'll be assigning the one that we have created. Take from this date and amount based plan, plan name, deferred for organization, we'll just give that. You typically, will be doing this whenever you wanted to perform any kind of a deferred process, deferred compensation configuration. You'll be actually making a kind of incentive kind of setup here. Comp eligibility rule we have created. I've taken eligibility rel for that organization, and we'll give target amount as 25,000. Annual. So there is one more task here where you need to provide your eligibility here, whatever organization that you wanted to give. Comp eligibility rule. Whatever calculation that we have created earlier. Here, I think here, I believe. So take this one. Yeah. by default, whatever we have created, those will be populated there, and you can just give a kind of eligibility rule. Eligibility rule management level we have given. So compatibility for management levels. So here I'll take for management levels, we'll be having uh, defined kind of percentage and defined kind of stocks. Okay, so now we are done with this entire deferred process configuration. And so these actually, since there are multiple screens, this kind of huge activity to actually remember. But yeah, this is how you'll be performing the entire thing. And then once you have this ready, you'll be performing the same kind of rollout process actually. So whatever stock that I've created for deferred one, so here you're asking end date, right? Here you'll be giving end date for any of the plan that you'll be creating. So earlier I have not given end date, but yeah, you have an option to create end date for this one also. Whenever you're creating any plan, you'll be seeing option to end date that particular plan actually. These employees are part of the organization, which I remember, so I'm actually hard coding them. Once you create deferred bonus plan, and when you want it to assign, you need to actually create all those calculations part and configure eligibility rules. Then you should be able to assign the deferred bonus to defined team members actually.